Welcome to Crosstown Cardboard episode 98. We're calling it the National Pregame because by the time this comes out, a lot of our faithful viewers and listeners will either already be at the National or will be en route to the National. And if you're pre-gaming with our pregame episode, we want to give you a cheers and a toast. That's Craig at New York City Sports Cards, the math teacher, the soccer coach in New York City. And I'm Carmine at Carmine's Cards, the sports storyteller down here in Greenville, South Carolina, originally from Ossining, New York. And Craig, this is our last episode before we meet up in person for just the third time in our history of being friends for a couple years now. Actually, 3 years total, because 2 years of the podcast, 3 years total. We had to feel each other out for a year, decide that we want to get into this, and then we'll be recording episodes 99 and 100 at the National. So we're talking about our pregame plan, what cards we're bringing, what dollar amount, in relativity to our inventory and PC we're bringing. And then when we get to the National, what our plan might be and what cards we could be looking for. So, Craig, you have been agonizing over this decision of what cards you're going to bring for possible trade. We know there's a lot of trade nights and post-National shows to go to. And please take me through some tough decisions you recently made.
Tough decisions, but fun. Because as I sort through my Zion box at home and my two-row shoebox, which contains most of my Knicks patches and then a lot of sentimental cards, I must have gone through those two over the last 3 weeks a dozen times. So many times. Like, what do I want to keep? What do I want to bring? What's PC? What's inventory? What am I going to miss if it's gone? And what am I okay parting with? And it took a lot of decision making. So it kind of worked out so perfectly as I came up with the inventory that I'm bringing. And by the way, the inventory, as we've discussed, as I broke down the financials, I think in one episode, the inventory represents just a small percentage of my overall collection. Most of what I love and I keep and the value stuff, I do leave at home. But I like to play with a little bit of inventory to find the cards out there that will become my personal collection. That's
right. The inventory is like bait, and then you reel in the PC cards.
And most of what I have is my PC. But I have two PSA boxes back from grading recently, and my inventory fit perfectly, precisely to the T to two of these. So it was just destiny.
Oh my gosh, easy.
I'm just so excited for Cleveland. I couldn't help myself.
So that's what you're going to carry around at the show?
I'm going to have a backpack on me. I haven't really quite figured it out yet. Okay. I got a fanny pack. Yeah, I don't know.
Fanny pack for cash and backpack for the two PSA holders?
Maybe I will end up bringing my backpack.
There we go. We're working out the logistics right here live.
All right. I figured out the card part yet. Maybe I haven't figured out the transportation while at the show part yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah. So what are these PC cards that you moved out of your PC into bringing these to the National zone?
3 that, 2.5 that it's at one point, I'd be crazy if, I thought you were crazy if you said I'd be moving these. One of them I got 2 years at National. One of them I got just some point over the last couple of years. And one of them I got from AO Cards on an Instagram live sale.
Okay.
The one from National 2 years ago, the Weston McKennie Superfractor. Epic trade, amazing trade that a 10 plus cash for 2 trade that landed me this. McKinney's still my guy. And this is a 2020 finest soccer Champions League Superfractor, Weston McKennie in a PSA 10. What was cool about this was not only the details of the trade, the depth of the trade, if you will, but it was a vendor at the AC National from North Dakota. This Weston McKennie Grail card was just sitting in a card shop in North Dakota. What are the chances?
Wow.
But I don't know. I figured what I was into it for, what I could probably get for it now. And I love Weston McKennie, but I don't know. The amount of equity I can get, I'd rather transport into other cards that I like. And I do love Weston McKennie as a player, but I root for him mostly as a member of the U.S. national team. This is his Juventus uniform, which is still super cool, but I think somebody will enjoy owning that more than I will.
If you move that, Craig, which I know you plan on doing with either a trade or a sale, do you have any other 4-figure Weston McKennie cards that you would still have in your PC, or is that by far the most valuable one?
No, I'd be down to 1 rookie card and a dual autograph with Pulisic. and a couple of lower end memorabilia cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean,
Love it.
that's a nice one of one, especially at the SoCo Expo. That might be a mover.
Don't forget, we are going to be going to the SoCo Expo. Shout out to Scott. Thursday, Friday, Saturday after the National, 6:01 p.m. to midnight or whenever the party ends.
Yep.
A soccer specific event, but yeah, this should do well there, and love him as a player. Maybe I just don't need this much equity in him, and I'm okay with that. I still have a couple of his U.S. men's national team kit cards that I like.
Okay. So what else did you move out of the PC into bring it to national?
A nice Giannis patch from 2016-17 National Treasures, numbered out of 25. His stuff dropped a lot, and I like this one, but I got some really cool Giannis second year, so 14-15 autographs. He signed it with the GA34 during those years that I have. So I have a nice collection of those. So I don't need this one. I do have this one really cool jumbo patch of Giannis, so this one's not super unique. It is cool. It's something you could probably find again, so I'd be all right without it.
What do you value that at? Because I like that.
I have it at 150.
That's it?
Yeah, but if
I'm interested, bro. We might have to get you some
I love it.
Trade or cash before the show, because
listen, I got 4 deals lined up already.
Okay, well, you might as well line one more. I mean, because I really like I'm a sucker for the piece of the letter.
I get it.
Or number on the patch. So
yeah, Giannis, this is a cool one. Okay. And then similar, speaking of letters and all-time great big men, Patrick Ewing patch.
Your favorite patch, Rick Ewing.
Yeah, there you go. You know what? It's chunky, but the patch window ain't that sexy. And I'm looking for, that Charles Oakley whole letter R from 13-14 flawless type cards. So I'm all right without this one. There's a decent comp that should help me. And I think a Knicks fan will like this, but I need that 3 color when it comes to the Knicks stuff.
Yeah, you're a big
orange and blue, baby. Right. Orange and blue skies.
Right. And plus competing with, like you said, the other flawless Knicks patches, that doesn't quite match up to what you got at the last national.
Yeah.
I like that Giannis.
Listen, not high dollar cards, but things that I'll be able to move in and out real quick.
Yes, true.
We're trying to transact out here.
Okay. Now, go ahead. I know you had to
No, do you want me to save the 5 cool cards that I'm bringing as well, and then you give me something right now?
Okay, I'll give you something.
Talk to me.
Okay, so I have 3 deals lined up. I know I mentioned the one deal I had lined up for a big PC card that I'm not going to reveal until our 99th episode when we're together live. But I had one other sale lined up and one other purchase lined up already at the National. So as far as planning, I'm hoping to get that stuff all taken care of on Thursday so that get it out of the way, less stress, less meetups to worry about, and more potential for future deals once I get the cash from the last deal and the cards from the other deal, and then I can have the PC card that I want. So I got the trifecta. I got a PC purchase, I got a sale, and I got an inventory purchase all lined up. So I want to get those out of the way on Thursday. But as far as the cards that I'm bringing, Craig, I think we mentioned this. I'm leaving my JJ Redick PC behind, and I'm leaving my Clemson PC behind, Gamecocks and New York Knicks autos and broadcasters. Shout out to Castle Collectibles for the Craig Sager autograph that we mentioned on the last episode. Very thoughtful gift. But as far as my Larry Bird PC, Craig, I'm bringing the entire arsenal, believe it or not.
Wow. Even the flawless 101.
Yeah, I got it right here. Yeah. Just because I don't know what's going to happen. Here's the potential situations I've seen in my mind, envisioning what could happen at the National.
Talk to me, because I'm trying to figure out in what world are you parting with that?
In a world where, let's say there's a Larry Bird, Michael Jordan dual autograph, or let's say there's an exquisite limited logos Larry Bird, especially 0304. That would be another grail that with that awesome design, the white with the black and kind of the I don't know, coolish vibe of the shading on the black. And
having that now we're talking cards. We're getting into the depths of it. I like it.
That's what I'm talking about, because I don't know what situation might come up. So those are 2 things that have come up. Or let's say, what if there's a Larry Bird NBA debut ticket that comes up? Now that's less likely, but could still happen. So that's why I have.
And yours is
I'll pull them up on the screen.
Yeah. Oof.
That's the 1/1 flawless patch auto. Then I got dual autos with Bird and Kareem, Bird and Bill Russell,
The Arsenal.
Bird and Magic, the exquisite, Bird and Magic, the college, flawless dual patch window, Bird.
Damn.
And I got the triple rookie auto with Bird, Magic, and Dr. J. And then I have this, this is a lesser value, but I think it's cool. 75th anniversary Noir, numbered 1 out of 75. So I don't know what's going to happen. So listen to how I have them strategically placed in my Zion case, because I have my 4-row case, right? And I have it organized where I have the most valuable cards on the left. So that's like between 100 to, well, I'm asking 5,000 on my Tom Brady game used letter patch, but for the most part, it's between 100 and 1,000, other than a few outliers. Then I have another row that's like $50 to $100 cards, then another row that's like $30 to $60 cards, and then my final row, that's what I'm viewing as my kicker row. You know, those cards that we talk about, if we're like $20 off, $10 off on a trade, I'm like, you know what, take this Victor Wembanyama rookie
Give me an example.
card.
Give me an example of a kicker card.
I'm telling you, so like
Give me two examples. We need
all right,
some data points
I'll
here.
just pull them right out, because hopefully this would take people a peek inside the Crosstown Cardboard mind, or relate to your own card journey. Let's say we're $10 off, Craig, and I say, you know what, take this select rookie Victor Wembanyama, or you know what, we're $20 off, take both of these select Victor Wembanyamas. Or if it's more of an old school guy, I might say, all right, we're $20 off, take this Nate Tiny Archibald on card auto, Cincinnati Royals.
I like it. It.
Or this John Stockton Fleer rookie.
A classic. 88, a classic.
Yeah. And that's the year with Rodman and Scottie Pippen. So that's another iconic rookie set. Or this Michael Strahan patch, numbered out of 35. It's player worn, but I mean, still, if you're $15 away, you know, or this dual jersey Dirk Nowitzki Larry Bird, it could put it over the top. So I handpicked a few selective cards in between $10 and $25 that, if we're close enough on a trade and I'm not into these for very much, I can throw in a Del Curry on card auto numbered out of 25 to finalize the deal. So that's just my thought there, but I'm bringing everything mainly because I don't know what situations could pop up.
Damn. You about to have me reconsider some things now?
I don't know, bro. I mean, it's coming down to crunch time. How do you decide? Is it like you holding a card and like thinking about the story behind it? How do you decide I'm going to move this into your inventory? Because, well, not really your inventory. It's really a different level than just your regular inventory, because the national inventory is a whole different ballgame where you're like, I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I want to bring my best stuff to the national. Much different than a normal show.
I mean, you know, cards I've had for 10 years at this point, whether I opened them early as a kid with my dad, like 2008 Leaf Limited Jim Brown autograph jersey card I have.
Yeah.
Remember like exactly where it was when we opened that.
Yeah.
Even like this Magic Johnson autograph, that's a VGS 9510. I pulled it from A&S Sports Cards in Westbury the summer of like 2010 from a box of 2009 Bowman 48. So the memories there, I like to keep those, and they're decent cards. The other stuff, so obviously, you know, you hope there's like a special story to it. The other stuff, what do I see as a good investment? What do I think I'm going to want in 10 years? No doubt, like Jackie Robinson's. I have a couple. Yeah.
But what if you find something that turns into a better investment? Or
I like the quantity of my PC. It's not too big. It's just like the right size.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could have 3 of those PC cards, move them into one, and then you're even benefiting that realm of your PC.
Listen, I'll give it another look.
Okay.
I'll give the collection another look tonight. How about that?
Okay. All right, bro. So we got a little bit of the cards, our national pregame on the cards and decision process. You want to, go for it.
Real quick.
Let's keep it about the cards. Let's keep it about the cards. Yeah.
You go, I think, to national to find cool, unique things.
Mm-hmm.
Not always necessarily the most expensive. Some that you don't see a lot. So I try to bring some cards that you don't see a lot that I think are cool, just to my own taste. And typically other people share those interests with you.
Okay.
So we'll start light. From the collection. 2010 National Treasures, just really cool Drew Holiday.
Okay.
Game worn patch autograph. For a Drew Holiday collector, it's not really a card you see a lot. $150, but it's different.
So these are cards now. The category of these cards is inventory you're excited about the opportunity from?
Yes.
Okay.
I think somebody out there will like this. This one I know for sure. From the 2000 Leaf Rookies and Stars, Joe Montana, the game-worn helmet.
Yeah, I like that also.
And this is from Brady's rookie year and numbered 125 out of 125 with the picture of the helmet that it was worn from on the back.
Chief, are there any other sales on that?
No. I'm so sorry.
Aren't those so weird when you're like, it's numbered out of 125, and then you go to look and you're like, there's hardly any or no sales on something.
There's a game-worn football sale. There's a game-worn like jersey sale out of 300. There's a in-person sign that was graded by Beckett sale, but it's a tough one. The Messi that I just got.
Yeah, that's going to be in big demand, I think.
Dude, I valued this at, when we traded for it, we valued it at 300, which was very fair. And there were 2 raw sales on eBay that were live during the time of me getting this. So obviously I was watching those, and one did like 340 and the other did 377 raw. So we like that. We'll take that.
Yeah, that's a risk that paid off for you.
That's a W. For a Russell Westbrook collector from the collection that I picked up, 09 SP game used, significant autograph, but the gold numbered out of 10.
What do you think that's valued at?
The unnumbered and the out of 199s pretty consistently do 150. So the gold out of 10, 400.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I was going to say 400 to 500.
We'll start with 500. It's national.
Yeah, right.
And this one I just picked up from 2006 National Treasures Baseball, Honus Wagner.
I saw that. That's really cool.
The enclosed material, which was used as a coach, is guaranteed by Panini America. And there's something on the bottom that says it's from 2016 Honus Wagner, licensed by Luminary Group, onuswagner.com. So a piece of that, I guess, Honus Wagner used as a coach.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Went to the local card shop. They had a bunch of soccer cards. They said to me, we could use your help kind of looking through what we have, help us organize, give you a little store credit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I ended up with this.
How much store credit was that worth?
It was not like crazy, but like a very fair discount.
Yeah. Let me take a guess. That's like a $80 card.
Nah, 200.
200. Okay.
Numbered out of 10.
Sorry for disrespecting Honus.
Yes. Come on. What's legend?
Yeah.
Numbered out of 10.
That is cool. That is cool. And you know what? Also at the National with all now I'm interested to see how it's going to compare it to last year under different ownership with different dealers being allowed to come in who didn't have their name on the booth, who were maybe friends or subletting the booth from somebody else who's had it for years. I'm interested to see if there's going to be as much vintage baseball as there was last year, because that really blew me away with that being my first National. So I wonder, I'm sure there'll still be some vintage baseball lovers, which that might play to with him being an older guy, even though it's not a vintage card. But I'm really interested to study the room and see how the dealer inventory at the National changed from last year to this year because of all those personnel changes you'd have to imagine.
I don't think it's going to change much at the end of the day, to be honest.
No?
People are getting up in arms about it.
Yeah.
We're there to look at cards and hang out with our friends. I'm pretty sure we're still going to be able to do both.
Oh no, I'm not saying anything about the quality of experience we're going to have, but I'm just interested in the inventory.
Yeah.
And will it be more modern? Will it be less baseball? How might that change?
There's a lot of tables at National. I don't know the data as far as how many tables this impacted, but I could say with confidence we're still going to be able to see a lot of really cool stuff. People do have a point, though, that the action happens at trade nights, because then it's even playing field for everyone.
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited for the trade nights. Very excited.
The Nationals hosting their own trade night, which I'm pretty sure is in the same venue as National, just on the basement. I could be making all this up, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. So at that point, it's just a free-for-all.
Yeah.
And we're obviously going to go to SoCo.
SoCo Expo, that's right.
Let's bounce. We're gonna bounce around.
That'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday evenings from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. I know there's another trade night, July 26th, which is Friday, 8 p.m. to late at the Winchester Music Tavern. Just rattling off a couple now that we're on the topic. And I'm very excited about this one, the after show, which is the 24th, 25th, and 26th, which would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the National from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. at the Aviator in Cleveland as well. Looks like, I think, 150 plus showcases. So it looks like this is actually a show. I know my buddy Gerald at Windy City Cards is going to be there. It looks like Roth Cards is going to be there. Some other logos here. So that could be cool too. There's definitely no shortage of here. Nice. There's a lot of other logos on there, but there's definitely no shortage of events. I just figured put that out there in case people are going to the National and they're not quite sure of what else is going on. But also, you meet up with some friends and you're like, everybody talks, so there's going to be no shortage of after shows or trade nights to go to. Mm-hmm. But I'm interested, Craig, from your perspective, because like you mentioned before we started recording, the juices are going to be flowing the second we touch down in Cleveland on Thursday morning. Yeah. What is your course of action? Like, first things you're going to do once you get to the show? How are you going to approach it? Because it's going to be overwhelming, and the excitement and intensity of the sports card New Year or Super Bowl, we're going to have to manage that.
Yeah, man. As much as I don't want to miss even a second of the show that I don't have to, it's probably in the best interest to go to the hotel, drop my bag off so I don't have to hold an extra bag all day.
Right.
So I'm more comfortable as I walk into the show because, if you feel good, you perform good,
Right.
And from there, I don't know. The only move is to just go. Just pick a direction and go.
And when you say go, what are you just going to look at showcases and see what you like? Or
I don't want to. I like to say that I've been training for National all year by living in New York City. And what I do when I have free time is I kind of just wander the streets.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to get from here to Soho, sometimes I'm feeling crazy. I'll walk. It's a nice Saturday afternoon. I got no coaching. I'll just walk. I'll wander the streets. There's so many different paths you could take, but that's kind of how you discover things. Mm-hmm. And I'm always very attentive to what's going on around me.
Okay.
I take a lot of steps. So I'm going to try to kind of take the same approach. I'm ready to walk all day. That's not going to impact me. I do that every single day. Okay. And just look and see what catches my eye. Now I have an idea of what catches my eye. Very quickly, you can look at a showcase and see, is this all ultra modern, or is this maybe we got a little pre-Panini action, which is right up my alley. I'm also looking for value boxes, but I'm not trying to dig for dollar value boxes into, buy that stuff flip for $5. I'm not a whatnot seller. That would be really great for that. Yeah. Show me I think we're going to get a lot of this at National. Show me quality value boxes, like $50 value boxes, $20, where everything's in a one touch. And you got a lot of chunky game worn patches in there. As I was helping the shop organize the soccer cards this past weekend, I was like sifting through them like a machine. Yeah. Like a machine. It was almost like I'm training for National. And my ability, just for doing this for 25 years, my ability to like quickly look through a box of stuff and like identify something, like something just like goes off in my brain, whatever it is, whether it's the color, the design, the patch window, that it just stopped for a second. Yeah, I'm just relying on those instincts all weekend.
I'm picturing the version of you getting ready for the National, flipping through these cards in the soccer value bin. I'm envisioning the Rocky theme music when he's punching the meat in the butcher shop.
Yeah,
getting ready for a big fight. But yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit jealous of your ability to just kind of like see what happens. Yeah. Which I went into the last National kind of with that, but I don't know if you feel the same way too, and I know I'm going to feel this way Thursday, where I'm going to feel a little bit of imposter syndrome when I get to the National, probably because it's such a big show. I'm going to be like, man, am I ready? Am I ready for this? Well, this is a huge, overwhelming thing. These guys have been in the hobby so long, which I was too, but then took like a 15-year break until getting back into it. 3.5 years ago. But I know I'm going to think that. So, and it takes me a while to warm up, like socially and to deal. I
Fair.
know by day two, I'm going to be in the sports card summer camp, and I'm going to be wheeling and dealing and way more comfortable. So I think my plan, similar to yours, but maybe a little bit more structured, is to walk around and just get comfortable. We'll probably be together for a good bit of it, and spot some cards that I like. Take notes in my notes section of my phone.
Mm-hmm.
What booth number is this? Alongside, so the booth number, the area of the show. If there's like, let's say, okay, booth number 1102, right next to Beckett Grading, Larry Bird on card flawless auto or something like that. So I can mark down a few things.
Say it. Say it. 0304 limited logos. Say it. Put it into existence.
That would be great. That would be something that I'm looking for, which I think maybe in a few more minutes we'll get to our wish list or potential wish list, because we never know exactly what might come up. But like, I feel like that's going to be my approach, at least, like, because like I want to have an approach more so at the beginning and then get comfortable and then see what happens from there and have less of a structure afterwards. But I think viewing the whole scene, taking notes of cards I like, or maybe where my friends are located. Let's say Jordan, who got me the Larry Bird 1-of-1 flawless patch auto at the last national, and get my bearings and get comfortable and not rush into anything. And then once I find a few things that I like, maybe step away, look up comps, see what I might have for potential trade, and then go in and target some cards from there.
I like it. And I really want to touch upon your point about the imposter syndrome, because I think, we take for granted you speak in front of a camera for a living. You're used to like public speaking. I do it as a teacher and as a coach. So we're very lucky that we have this ability to just get up there and speak with confidence. And that goes into making these deals. So you just got to trust that everything you've done to this point has worked for you. But with that, there's a lot of people this is not easy for. You got to credit those who maybe are a little more introverted and have a hard time speaking or going to this big event because they love cards. So hope to just have and only see positive interactions between people. I assume everyone's going to be very welcoming and warm because it's Super Bowl, baby.
That's right. Yeah. So, and I think I just want to reference a point, because I know we're probably going to be doing a lot of trading, of course, at the trade nights afterwards, but also you always have the opportunity to trade with dealers too. Especially if you know them, already, which we know. I'm sure we're going to know a few people already, but even if you don't, hey, are you open to trade? You open up your cards. And I just want to reference a great point that Big Ken, my future roommate at the National, and about half of the artists formerly known as the Wolfpack group that's going to be at the National, he makes a great point about controlling your own trade, basically, by not just putting your Zion case on the table, opening it up and telling the guy or gal have at it to look at whatever you want for trade, but evaluating what they might like and then taking out a hand-picked stack of cards that you might want to trade for that individual card, because depending on how much you like that card that the other person has, or how valuable it is, or if it's going to be a PC card, that's going to dictate the ammo that you're going to take out of your own case and say, well, I know they're both valued at around $100, but I'm not going to trade this card that I have for that card. So I think that's a great little tidbit that I personally am taking into the National also for potential trades that might happen. Like, control your own trade by bringing out the individual cards that you would be interested in trading, and don't let the person you're trading with have the complete control and have them have the upper hand by just opening your case and letting them take the pick of the litter.
Yeah, no different than my approach when I go to these card shops when I travel. Come prepared. When you see something you like, before you show out with your card, just have an idea in mind what you're going to do.
Yeah. So what cards are you targeting, bro? I know you're bringing some of your heavy hitters. You might bring more, and I know you have some things on your mind of what you want to get.
Definitely, I'm always looking for really cool New York Knicks autographs, chunky patches. I could really use a Patrick Ewing autograph and a Carmelo autograph. Two of which I don't have. I have the 1953 and 1955 top Jackie Robinson. I love the 52, 54, 56. There were 5 years Jackie Robinson had a tops card. The 52 is tough. That is an expensive one. That would be a lot, most of my national budget there. But
well, what if you bring your 53 and 55 and you find somebody with a 52? These are the situations I'm just putting in your head for the potential.
Tough to get a 53 tops, and the story how I got that one so good, and it's such a clean too. But anyway,
okay,
I can get the 54 and the 56. Those will be attainable. So that's definitely on my wish list. I do have this idea, we talk about when the national ends, the hobby's not over. So I'm going to want fresh inventory for when we come back. But for me, I get just such a joy out of treasure hunting. That's what this all feels like. So I'm not looking for kabooms and downtowns. I feel like I like a lot of stuff that maybe not the majority is looking for.
Okay.
I mean, just a perfect example, when we were at Culture Collision, I remember I found David Johnson from 2015 Topps, the rookie card, the platinum 1-of-1 version.
Yes.
If you know, you know. And I got such a good deal on that, and it was cool to find it. And ultimately, the goal was, to flip it, which I did, and I did well. And we flipped so we can buy these cool cars that we really want. But the treasure hunt,
you not only did well, you doubled or tripled your money on it, didn't you?
The treasure hunts but treasure hunt from years of knowledge and collecting and knowing what sets to look for, cool game worn patches from the mid 2000s, combined with the flip, is such a joy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like what you did with the Jude Bellingham at the last national. Flip that one quick.
Yeah. I bought the Jude Bellingham foil fractor 101 for 500, sold it for 1,000 later that night. Only at the national can you make these things happen.
Yeah, I think you're gonna, especially possibly at the SoCo Expo with all those soccer cards. I'm interested to see, at least for one night, to kind of follow you around and see you in action in your element there.
And I got some soccer assets to work with. So I said the Jackie Robinson, some Knicks patches, some fresh inventory, and whatever else catches my eye. Hey, could be the year I get that Justin Bieber autograph. We'll see.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Some pop culture action. Yeah.
What about you?
I like that, bro. Well, thanks for asking. I'm on my Masters kick. I have 6 Masters badges, aka your ticket to get into the Masters golf tournament. And I recently upgraded to the PSA 9 of the 1997 Tiger Woods first Masters that he won. And he wrote a book on it, which I also have read, the 97 Masters, aptly named, but it was pretty cool autobiography going through his mentality during that tournament. And so this is a PSA 9. There's around 60 in the pop of this, but I mentioned before there's only 5 in a PSA 10, which is one of the most significant golf tournaments ever. Tiger Woods' first Masters win and first major win. I would love to get a PSA 10 of this, but nearly impossible with only 5 in the pop of one of the most important golf tournaments.
Ooh, I know someone who might have that.
Okay.
Darren Ravel.
Yeah, that would be like a Ravel level.
That's probably, what I mean. He's going to be there. I saw him post something about, I think he's traveling, and he usually brings his whole setup. So if there's someone who would have it, it would be him. So you're bringing that.
I'm bringing that as a possible situation to upgrade into maybe a PSA 10 of the same thing, 97 Masters, or maybe there's somebody there who has the entire run of Tiger Woods Masters wins, and I can trade that into a whole collection of Masters badges from Tiger that are lesser grades. So that could be something interesting. I wonder how prevalent, because this is what I also wanted to talk about, was because last year at this time, tickets or non-card sports collectibles were not even on my radar at all. I know we'd mentioned a few different times, and more so with your collecting or your flipping of tickets once in a while, or like the Mrs. Babe Ruth, which was a unique autographed item from Babe Ruth's wife. But tickets weren't even anything I was thinking about. So this year, I'm going to be bringing some tickets for potential trade, like the 2016 NBA Finals Game 7 ticket I have here. That's LeBron and Kyrie leading Cleveland back from 3 games to 1 down to beat the Warriors in a PSA 7.
Cool.
I have Randy Moss pro debut ticket here for potential trade. Colin Kaepernick, first time he took a knee in an NFL game and sparked all that controversy and national conversation around that. And then this is kind of weird. Terry Bradshaw, 1989 envelope that was issued with his autograph with a stamp from the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Canton, Ohio.
Very cool.
In a PSA.
Hey, on that Randy Moss, there's someone I follow and I've spoken to on Instagram. I can't remember the name right now. Mikey, I want to say. He actually works for PSA. He's a big Randy Moss collector.
Okay.
So he might like that. Randy Moss ticket PSA. Let's put it together.
Yeah.
We'll remember it.
That could happen. And then I'm just bringing the other Masters badge. I have the 2019 Masters in a PSA 8, just as some potential ammo. That's Tiger's last major and last Masters. So we'll see what happens with those because I want to keep potentially flushing out this Masters collection. I already have 6 of the badges. And if I find a table there that is also selling Masters badges, which isn't the most likely thing, but you never know what's going to happen with that. As I mentioned, the Larry Bird limited logos from Exquisite would be something I'm interested in, especially 0304. Possibly a Bird and Jordan dual auto would be cool. Trying to think of
Michael Jordan, game worn chunky Bulls patch is what I would love.
Yeah. Then you could sell your Jordan and LeBron game used jersey.
Dude, I was just about to ask you. Can I ask you right now?
Go ahead.
My collection buyout.
Yeah.
I've pretty much gotten to the point where once I move that Russell Westbrook, I'll be into it for nothing. So that makes these 2 cards basically free.
Good for you.
Pretty good, right? Not bad for all that work and fun. To be able to do that and get a Jim Brown 2010 Topps 5-star on-card autograph out of 35 and the 09 2010 SB Game Used LeBron Michael Jordan dual game worn jersey for nothing. For nothing. So then the question becomes, because I'm into these for nothing, it's just like no brainer. Bring it to National. You got free trade bait.
Well, you know what I'm gonna say. Of course, bring it.
I'm really leaning towards, because this is cool, but bro, this is numbered out of $4.99.
Yeah, that's not a rare one that you need to have as a collection thing.
This is pretty irreplaceable, I think.
Okay, but you already have a Jim Brown auto that you opened with your dad.
Sticker auto, but dude,
still,
look at the bold blue autograph and the gold border of 5-star.
Yeah, it is very nice. I mean, definitely, if you're gonna pick one, you would pick the Jim Brown to keep. The Jordan and LeBron, you already have the exquisite quad jersey that you have matching with LeBron and Jordan, same as I have with Wilt and Bill Russell. So you don't really, I don't think you need to have the LeBron and Jordan. You already have a cooler LeBron and Jordan matchup in your collection with the exquisite jerseys.
Rachel's looking at it to see what she thinks.
That's going to be the deciding factor of if you're going to bring it or not.
She makes a good point. She said, what if that's the card someone else is looking for?
See? Exactly.
That's it. Jordan, LeBron, dual jersey. It's going in the inventory. Coming to Cleveland. Easy asset to move right there. Easy.
Okay, so you just needed the wife's approval. Now that one's in.
No, I was contemplating it anyway. I had a pile here. I was going to ask you what you thought. But I'm keeping this one. This is a keeper.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Nice. So all of a sudden, there's a nice pile right here.
Yeah. I like that, Giannis. Let's actually talk about that though.
Okay.
After the show.
Okay.
So now I know we're coming up on almost 40 minutes,
but we got to go to work, right?
I have to go back, but we still have a couple things. We cannot leave this out because this is a big time national pregame for ourselves, for any of our viewers and listeners. We want to address.
I feel like this was a strong hype episode.
It was. Oh, I think our excitement is really permeating the airwaves.
Talked a lot of cards already.
This is the last question that I wanted us to talk about, Craig, and we can hit another point if you want as well. The amount of cash that each of us is bringing. I know that I'm basically bringing all the cash that I have in my card fund. And I recently ran another Instagram sale and I got about another 750 cash freed up, and maybe made, I don't know, 250 on that 750, which I was pretty happy about. One of the cards I moved was the Bo Jackson 1-of-1 patch from National Treasures that I just posted on Instagram today. So I moved that. I was into it for 300 and I sold it for 400. This one right here, this 1-of-1 with the raw game used laundry tag from National Treasures.
You sold it.
Yeah, I was into it for 300, sold it for 400.
Nice.
Which I thought I might have. What's that? No, this one I'm shipping. But I sold a lot of stuff and broke even on it just to free up some more cash. So
same.
I'm bringing some thousands. I won't say exactly how much because I'm carrying my fanny pack right on the plane. So if anybody meets me in Greenville or Cleveland, they might, try to get physical. But hopefully that doesn't happen. But I'm bringing a lot of cash, a lot more than what I thought that I'd be bringing, because I want all my ammo, as you could see with the number of cards I'm bringing in my PC, that I'm bringing as well for the potential situations. But tell me your attitude toward how much you're going to invest into this, because you were telling me, even though we said all gas, no brakes, for the cash side of this, you put the constraints on yourself to a healthy degree, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's more that last year in terms of equity, if we're going to talk percentages, last year I was probably like a nice split between cash and cards, and I thought I was going into this year going to be a bit cash heavier, but it's just the combination of things that I once again feel like I have a nice mix and balance. Mm-hmm. I'm happy with the equity I have in my collection as a whole. I use that word because that includes my personal collection at home that I love. So I feel like I don't need to bring that much cash with me. That again, that's so relative, right? That's such a vague thing to say, but because I like where I'm at. I know the type of things that I'm looking for and how much I will need to bring in order to get them. I feel like that's a good way to put it.
There you go. So you're going in with some ammo, like with that Weston McKinney 1-of-1 that could easily turn into more cash right away.
Sure. Yeah, but I got enough to get the things I want to get. I'm never gonna dude, you gotta come on. You're a New York guy. You can't be saying like, yo, I'm bringing all this cash with me. Look at me.
I know. I might have just divulged too much, but I will say it's between 1 and 10,000. How about that? I did already use the word thousands, but it's not like a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, for me, it's a lot. For me, it's a lot.
Like I said, everything's all relative,
right?
But I ain't talking dollar amounts.
No, I don't want to put you in that position. Only time we'll talk dollars is when we make a deal on that Giannis, hopefully. But we'll see. We'll see. You might have some. You might have some other things that will turn out really well for you as far as trade. So, what's the process like between now as we record on Monday and flying to Cleveland? What are your quick final thoughts?
Oh, I thought you said what I was going to do. Monday, luckily, this week, we're recording Monday. So today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm coaching from like 7 to 7. So I got enough going on to not only make a little extra cash, because we are going to the National after all. So that's going to be nice. Mm-hmm. Keep myself busy so I'm not thinking about it all day. I'm prepared. There's no more preparing to do. I'm ready to rock.
Okay. So everything's already been – I finished putting the last dollar amounts on my cards. So everything's labeled that I have. I noticed that some of your stuff is not labeled, but you know the value of it, right?
A lot of it is on the back.
Okay. Yeah, I got stickers.
You're doubting me. You think
I just didn't know your strategy. Do you like this Thierry Henry?
I do actually.
Maybe with the Giannis?
Maybe. That kind of thing is possible.
Okay.
Sticker? That's sticker, right?
Here we go. Sticker auto, but it's Prism World Cup, France, Russia 2018.
It would be a good buy because he can be the next U.S. men's national team head coach.
You did mention that.
So we shall see.
Well, I'll leave that out, and now I'm in the dealing mode. I'm like amped up for the in-person quick. How great is this quickness of deals going to be compared to online stuff?
Yeah, it's we're built for this.
All right, bro. Can't wait. Any last things you want to say to the people before we see a
Oh,
lot of people who we know, a lot of friends
I
in
was gonna say
person?
we made no mention at all about our excitement of seeing friends and hanging out with people, but I think it goes without say that we're
Mhm.
pretty social guys, and we're very much so looking forward to connecting with hobby friends, listeners.
Mhm.
We have a live panel that we're doing with Sam Evans, one of our earlier guests,
Yep,
on
sports card
Friday,
collector. Yep, sports card
and
collector. That's right.
we've got a fun thing planned for our 100th episode, which is going to take place Friday. So with that, we ask if anyone does listen and will be at National, just make it a point to find us on Friday.
Yeah, find us, and we might be able to incorporate you into the 100th episode.
That's the
Or
idea.
try
So
to
make
put
it happen. Let's make
out-
it happen.
Yeah, you had this great idea to put out the bat signal to a bunch of our hobby friends. Maybe some people in the hobby who we don't even know, who you might meet, might have a cool story. They might make first team all national, like we did for Culture Collision. So yeah, that's our theme for 100th episode. Try to have as many different people in the episode as we can.
And speaking of friends of the podcast, I got 4 deals lined up already. Dave, Extraordinary Cards; Jeremy, Tabletop Sports Cards; Joey, D Cards; Koopy Cards. Those are the 4 deals I have lined up already.
Wow. They're already in the running for maybe honorable mention all national.
National's a bigger show than Culture. Oh, I guess it's different because we could still do an all national team. We got to do an all national team. Let's make it happen.
No, I think we should. We'll take notes and we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Oh, can't wait.
All right, bro. Can't wait to meet up again, meet up with a bunch of our hobby friends and see what card opportunities present themselves.
See you in Cleveland.
All right, bro.
Peace.